alaikum, and again welcome to very important session which will guide you for your government exam preparation journey. So basically after preparation receipt, okay, this was the video which I supposed to be upload on first week of July, but unfortunately due to COVID, okay, it is getting delayed by 1 month. So it's okay as there is no exam date and all the things, okay. So yes, this is the perfect time to upload this video for you, and this is the one of the ultimate strategy for the all the three exams, okay. That is your Vizag Steel, your NLC and your Samir, okay. So this is the complete roadmap for all the three recruitment, okay. So all the things we will discuss in very much detail. So this video may be very longer for you, okay, but all the things you have to note down, okay, that we will discuss further. So let's start this video now. So first very important thing is that pattern, okay. So pattern of all the three exams that we will tackle. So first let us see the pattern for Vizag. That is your 140 minutes questions, okay, 140 minutes and 200 questions you have to attempt, and there is no negative marking. For NLC you have 120 minutes and 120 questions, okay, and also 0.25 negative marking is there. And for Samir you have 180 minutes and 65 questions with negative marking, okay. The exam pattern for this exam Samir, okay, is very much similar to your GATE pattern, okay. So they exactly follow the GATE pattern, and those who are new, already Vizag and NLC application portal is closed now, okay, you can't fill the form. But for Samir they will again open the portal, and obviously when they open I will update you on the channel, okay, or our Telegram channel. So basically those who are new, you can now only fill this Samir form, okay. So this is the pattern, okay, which is very important for us to understood for all the three exams, okay. Now few important points are there before we will start our discussion. So first thing is that, see, in the preparation receipt, okay, I guess 2 months are gone, okay, are passed now after the release of preparation receipt video for Vizag and NLC. So in that we discuss the things, okay, not in very much detail, means all the things I discussed you, what books you should refer, okay, your schedule, what should be your schedule. So all the things are like that, okay. And those who missed the video, I will just put the link in the description. Just watch the video of preparation receipt, okay, then continue this video. So first important thing is that, see, now this is the roadmap for all the three exams, right? Your Vizag, NLC and your Samir. So first important thing is that we must understood the sequence of exam. So first exam will be your Vizag, okay, first exam will be your Vizag, second will be your NLC, and third exam will be your Samir, okay, which is your last exam for this. So this is the sequence, okay, of exams that will happen. Second thing is that, now see, you have three exams, means you have three chances. So that's why it is very important opportunity for you, okay, and very you are lucky because you are getting this opportunity due to Corona, right? So your probability of chances of selection will get increased now, that is for sure, okay. And this strategy I made, okay, it took me 10 days to understand, analyze all the things and to think about all the things, okay. Then I made this video. So basically this strategy will help you, okay, to maximize your chances among all the students, okay. And maybe you can get this one out of three, you may get one or two or all the three recruitment, means you can get the result, okay, in all the three. So basically this is the thing, okay, you should understand. Second thing, there is no break, okay, that is your after Vizag you have target of NLC, after NLC you have target of Samir, okay. So basically there is no break. So for the 6 to 8 months, just for the 6 to 8 months you have to prepare now, okay. We have to continuously prepare, and we have to continuously dedicate each and every day for your preparation, okay. There should not be any gap for this 6 to 8 months, okay, or it may be 8 to 10 or 10 to 12, depend on this Corona situation, okay, for all the three requirements I am telling you. So basically just devote your this 6 to 8 months, okay, for this preparation of three exams. Second thing is that your confidence will be increased now, okay. So what happens now, as you have now three chances, right? you have 3 chances. So basically the fear of competition or fear of failure is now reduced. Okay, it will be there, but it will be not that much. For your suppose you have only a WISAG exam, then it will be more. Okay, but now as you have 3 exams, so it will be less. So this is also good opportunity for you. Okay, that you should take care. So now in this video we will discuss the topic wise. Okay, that is in preparation receipt we discuss just subject wise. Okay, now in this we will discuss chapter wise discussion for each and every subject which is important for your exams. Okay, so first, all the discussions are based on your WISAG Steel exam, because this is our first exam. Okay, after that NLC, after that Sambir. Okay, so this video will be divided into 2 or 3 parts, maybe 2 or 3 parts. Okay, maximum I will try to finish it in 2 parts, but it will be there. Okay, so first all the discussions we will start now based on our WISAG exam. Okay, so let's start. So see, first very important subject for your WISAG exam is your control systems. Okay, this subject you should thoroughly study, because very important for your WISAG exam. Now one by one we will discuss the topics. So first is there introduction of your control system. Okay, so basically in this what you have to do, first open loop system is there. Open loop. Okay, so open loop system definition and closed loop system definition you should know, because see, for WISAG there will be theory questions. Okay, 80% will be theory question, 20% will be a little numerical, or it may be lengthy. Okay, obviously you should not you will not attempt that. Okay, that is the further part, but still 80% theory will be there. So the understanding of open loop system, closed loop system, and very important thing, example of this. Okay, all the examples for your open loop, closed loop you should know. Okay, so just remember this and just write down all the things in your short notes. Okay, just make the short notes so that in the further revision it will be very useful. Second thing, here we have block diagram reduction. Okay, so just 4 to 5 types of questions. Okay, because this is very lengthier. Okay, sometimes it may be lengthier, so just 4 to 5 types you will do, and from easy to lengthier. Okay, just take 1 or 2 example lengthier also, because it sometimes, see, now suppose now there are 140 minutes, right? Suppose you finish your paper in 120 minutes, means all the small questions. So for this lengthier question you can attempt. Okay, because you have 20 minutes. So sometimes the situation will be like this. You have time to attempt this lengthier question also. Okay, but so for that you should have practice. So just take 1 to 2 examples that is lengthier. Okay, and practice this. Similarly for SFG also, that is your signal flow graph. Okay, Mason's formula will be there. So 4 to 5 types. Okay, from easy to lengthy. So this much question you should solve. Okay, for this VDR and SFG. Next we will see the next topic, that is your transient analysis of first order and second order system. Now see, in this topic, what is important thing is that suppose you take first order system. Okay, first order system. So for this first order system, when we apply u of t, that is unit step, your impulse, that is delta, and your r of t. Okay, so when you apply to the first order system, what will be the output? All these things. Okay, after analysis you will get some result. So that results you should note down in your short notes. Okay, because obviously in the exam hall you don't have time to analyze again. So after analyzing you will get some result. So in short notes just write the output when we apply u of t is this, output when we apply r of t is this. Okay, so this is our strategy, that all the things we will prepare in advance. Okay, just before exam you should revise, and you can go to give your paper. Okay, similarly for second order also this thing you have to note down. Okay, just analyze properly and note down all the things. Second thing, for suppose now for second order the very important transfer function is there, that is your omega n square. Okay, s square plus your 2 zeta omega ns plus omega n square. So now I will tell you how to analyze the question. Okay, see, for the theory point of view, means think like theory point of view, because it will be theory. Okay, it will not like GATE exam where you have to just remember the formula and you have to apply. Okay, here now what is the name of this omega n? That is natural frequency, you know. Okay, what is the unit for this what is the unit. Just I am giving you example, like similarly for all the formulas you have to do this. Okay, just this is the example. What is the name zeta here? Okay, this zeta, what is zeta, is zeta name, what is the definition of this zeta? Okay, that is your damping damping ratio, damping factor. This is your damping ratio, zeta omega n is your damping ratio. Okay, so all these things you should know, all the definition, all the units you should know, because this is important for you. Okay, now when you put the value of zeta, so you are getting the response in overdamped response, critically damped response. Okay, that is undamped, critically damped, all the things you will get undamped. Okay, all the things you will get. So this thing also you should note down. Okay, so this is very important for you. Second thing is your time domain performance specification. Okay, one famous graph will be graph is there. You should know this, right? This is a stated value. So here also you have your rise time, your delay time, your MP, that is your peak overshoot. Okay, your settling time. So these all the performance parameters or specifications are there. Okay, with formula you should know definition of all these things. Okay, you should know that what will happen if I increase the zeta on MP. Okay, these are the types of theory questions that they will make. Okay, so once you increase the zeta, what will happen to MP, what will happen to TR, what will happen to settling time. Once, okay, so all these things you should already prepare. And again I am telling, just make the short notes for this also. Okay, that if I increase the zeta, then MP will be like this. Okay, like that. Or in exam hall you can write the formula, and that is from that also you can analyze. Okay, but prepare yourself very hard for this. Okay, like this only, that in exam hall you will take only 1 to 2 seconds to answer this such type of question. Okay, so in advance you should prepare this like this for this theory exam. Okay, so these are the time domain performance specification. So next, now we will see the next, that is your frequency domain analysis. Okay, very important. That is first, if I take on priority, then your Nyquist will be there, Nyquist plot will be there. Then you have your polar plot, and then you have your Bode plot. Okay, so all the just read the theory part also for these two, for these three. Okay, and also solve the questions, which is enough. That is your get questions enough for your this. Okay, not much more in that. So next is your compensators and controllers, very important. Okay, and this is very important, and you can expect 1 or 2 questions from this, because this is very conceptual topic, and the theory question, there are infinite theory questions I can make on this topic. That is your compensator and controller. Okay, so in the controller, you know, your PI is there, PD is there, PID is there. Okay, all the advantage and disadvantage of 3 controller. Okay, then which controller used to increase the rise time, to increase the settle time, to increase the peak overshoot, to decrease the peak overshoot, which controller we use, this thing you should know. Okay, so all the things, all the theory points for this you should already prepare, and just make note on this. Similarly, for compensator also, we have your lead compensator, your lag compensator will be there, your lead lag compensator will be there, and lag lead compensator, lag lead. Okay, so this thing which we have. So advantage, disadvantage of each and every compensator, then which compensator we use to increase the rise time, to increase the settling time. Okay, all this thing you should know in advance only. So prepare like that. Okay, because from this they can frame many questions, there is no limit. Okay, so just prepare this topic, very which is very important for you. Okay, so this is all about your control systems. Okay, so just make sure you prepare control system thoroughly, because this is very important subject, and you can expect more questions from that. Okay, second important subject for your exam, that is your Vizag, is your instrumentation. Okay, now for instrumentation, see what at the time of BRC I give you one notes. Okay, so from that notes only you prepare. Okay, this is enough. So first topic you prepare transducer, that your theory will be there, again types of transducer will be there, and your formulas will be there. Okay, so from that note you can prepare transducer. Then we have your voltmeter, ammeter. Okay, so theory part will be there, so just prepare this theory part for the voltmeter, ammeter. And important thing is that your series resistance, okay, and shunt resistance will be there. So this thing you should know. Okay, so this thing you should know. Also calibration will be there. So all the theory points along with this you should know. Next is your measurement of power, voltage and current. Okay, now which bridge is used for this, which for example your Wien's bridge is used for which calculation, that is voltage, power, current. Okay, you should know this. So all the bridge, all the instrument we have, okay, just make the list of that, and just if you make list down like this, just take this is for power measurement, this is for this list is for voltage measurement. Okay, so just prepare like this in your short notes, so it will be very easy for you to revise. Okay, not also there will be some error calculation part, so just for safe side just do this error calculation also. Okay, all the things are in notes, so just follow that error calculation. Then again just read the theory for CRO. Okay, just read the theory, and again here also you have a frequency calculation, so also do that for safe side. Okay, these are the not important, but for safe side, as we don't want to take any risk now. Okay, so just make sure you will also do this topic from the instrumentation, right? Okay, now the third most important subject is your signals and systems for your Vizag exam, which is very basic subject you can say. So first topic in that, basics. So in this now we will first discuss the signals. Okay, so for signals, okay, in the basic part you should know first very important thing, that is your theory for continuous signal and discrete signal. Okay, then you should know your periodicity and non-periodicity, that is how to find whether the signal is periodic or not. Okay, so this is the very important question for this. You may expect this question, non-periodic. Second thing for you is your whether signal is energy signal or power signal. So this thing you should identify, right? And these two things for continuous also and discrete also. Okay, so just practice this for continuous and discrete for both. Okay, you out of this you may get one to two questions. Okay, so this is very important for signal. Also there will be, okay, period, non-periodic, and signal, power signal. Okay, okay, so that is enough. Okay, this is enough for your signals. Next, if you want to discuss the system part, then whether your signal is causal, okay, causal or non-causal, whether it is static, dynamic, this thing you should identify. Okay, your linearity and non-linearity, this thing you should know. And again here your time variant and shift variant. Okay, so time variant and invariant you should know how to find. So for system, these are the very important points. Okay, and also when you cascade the system, then what we will get, so this thing also you should know. Okay, so this much thing, just make sure all the things you should know, theory part for this and practice part you should do. Okay, next thing is your LTI and non-LTI system. Now whatever we discuss is for your non-LTI system, but for LTI system there will be your part, very important part, that is your convolution. Okay, so you should know how to perform the convolution for again your continuous signal and your discrete signal. Okay, so this thing you should know. Second thing for this cascading of LTI system, okay, that is your invertible and non-invertible. This is very important, invertible and your non-invertible. Okay, so this thing you should know. When you cascade the system and it is invertible, then you should know the inverse system exists. Okay, very important concept for you. So one theory question if you want, then this is the theory question. Okay, so this thing you should do for LTI systems. Next thing is that Laplace and Z transform. Okay, now if you want, then you can do this Laplace in control system introduction also. Okay, and here also. So if you discuss the Laplace transform, then obviously for common signals you should know all the Laplace transform. Okay, you should by heart all the things. Then here you have inverse Laplace transform. Okay, inverse Laplace, and very important point for you is your ROC, and from this ROC how you should identify the stability and causality. So this thing is very important for you, causality. Okay, so this thing is very important for you, and also the properties of ROC. So just make sure you will understood all the properties in very much depth, okay? Because you for example, if you know ROC does not include any pole, so the application of this property to find the stability and causality is very important, okay? So this thing you should do properly. Okay, there is no much thing in that. Laplace transform. Similarly, for Z transform also, inverse Z transform will be there. For common signals, you should know what is the Z transform, that is for R of t, U of t, and your sinusoidal signals. Okay, all these things. Also, here now your ROC will be like this. That is your complex plane. Okay, here your S plane. For Laplace, your S plane will be there, and for Z plane, your complex plane will be there. So far from this, how to identify stability, how to identify causality, this thing you should know. Okay, so you can expect one question from this topic also, Laplace and Z transform, which is very important topic in all the exams. Okay, so let's move further. Next is your continuous time, discrete time, Fourier transform and Fourier series. Okay, least important topic, but still just remember the common signal Fourier transforms, common signal Fourier series. Okay, the basic definition of Fourier series you should know, that is have AC part plus DC part. Okay, so this thing you should know. Also the application of Fourier, why we use Fourier series for periodic signal, why use Fourier transform for non-periodic signal, this thing you should know. Okay, the spectrum of Fourier series will be always continuous, right? Okay, and for the spectrum of Fourier transform is discrete. Okay, so this thing also you should know. Sorry, the spectrum of Fourier transform is continuous and the spectrum of Fourier series will be discrete. Okay, so this a small little points, theory points you should know, because they can frame the question from this. Okay, you should not do hardcore Fourier series and Fourier transform for signal system that you have for your GATE exam. Okay, that thing is not important here, but basic understanding, basic difference of between this you should know. Okay. Okay, now the next thing is your circuit theory, or you can say network theory, or you can say network. Okay, so for this we have first, that is your basic part. Again, when in network we say basic. Okay, so first thing in our comes in our mind is your Ohm's law, which is very important for you. Okay, so for constant temperature, whether we can apply Ohm's law at constant temperature and different temperature, you should know. Okay, all the things, that is suppose your current is proportional to this voltage. Okay, resistance is proportional to voltage. This thing you should know. Okay, power also, about power also you have some basic information. Then your voltage dividing rule, current dividing rule, this is the basic. Okay, for series your current is same, for parallel your voltage is same. Okay, this thing you should know. This is the basic. Also your voltage divider, current divider. Okay, the application of this voltage divider, current divider also we can apply in many things. So that's why it is very important you. So you to have the knowledge. Okay, next are the theorems, very important for you, and you can expect 1 to 2 questions from this. Okay, so now what we have in theorem, your Thevenin and Norton theorem. Okay, so equivalent circuit and your theory part. Okay, again you have MPT. So the first learn the definition of MPT, that is maximum power transfer. Okay, and few points are there, so just make sure you will cover that. Then you have here reciprocity theorem, which is very important too, and from this you can expect 1 or 2 sums, one sum. Okay, because this is very famous topic, reciprocity theorem, and one sum will be there. Next is your famous superposition theorem. You should know when we apply superposition. Okay, so all the definitions for all the 4 theorems you should know. Okay, and application part of this theorem you should know. So for that obviously you will solve some questions. Okay. Okay, now next is your AC analysis. Okay, now see, for this there may be some lengthier question. Okay, there are maximum chances for lengthier question. So in exam, if you didn't get time, then obviously you will skip. But for safety side, just practice 4 to 5 questions from this also, AC analysis. Okay, that is your complex analysis of input impedance, your current and voltage. This thing you should, this thing you can do, right? Don't go much detail for this AC analysis, because very much calculation part is there, and you know there is no calci for your exam, right? So just you can skip also. Next important thing is that your 2-port networks. So all the your Z, Y, your ABCD, your H parameter. Also if you invert this, then you have G parameter. Okay, also you have here inverse. So all the inverse parameter also for safe side you should do. Okay, next thing, your symmetry and reciprocity. Okay, so these properties you should know for Z transform, Y transform and all the things. Okay, then you should know the interrelation between this. Okay, that if you want to convert from Z transform to Y, then so for example suppose Z22 is there, then you know it will be your ZY11 and your determinant, that is your determinant of Y. Okay, so like this you should know all the relation between Z to Y, Z to ABCD, Z to H, then again Y to ABCD, Y to H, ABC to H. Okay, all this thing you should know. So this is important. Also you know for series we use this, for parallel we use this. Okay, for cascade we use this. So this thing you should know and just solve the problem. Okay, so this is very important and you can expect 1 to 2 questions from this also. Okay, now again very important topic for your exam, that is your Vizag exam, is your series and parallel circuits. See, it may happen that if I am talking very fast, then please pause the video, okay, and note down all the things, because to note down the things is very important for you. Okay, so just note down the things, because see, all these things I cannot give you in written. Okay, so that's why just note down, pause the video and you can play. Okay, so next is your series and parallel circuits. So in that you have your RC circuit, your RL circuit, your RLC circuit. Okay, now just do one thing here, just analyze for RC circuit. Okay, in your short notes what you will do, just write RC, analyze the things for RC. Okay, and directly write the result for current, your voltage. Okay, your voltage across capacitor, all the results you should know. Okay, because see, if you do this now, then in exam hall you will take hardly 1 to 2 seconds if you master these things. Obviously you can analyze in exam hall also, but to analyze you will, suppose you will take your 50 seconds. Okay, and for this if you remember direct current is equal to VC wire, like that, so that directly you can take it will take only 1 to 5 seconds maximum. Okay, and for calculation next 5 to 10 seconds. So in total 15 seconds, in 15 seconds you can do. So think like that, because in advance you have to prepare like this, then only your chances will be high, okay, to crack the exam. So first do for RC, then you can you do for RL, and then you can do for RLC. Okay, so this is for series, this for series, again same RC, RL, RLC for parallel also. Okay, so this do this thing. Second thing, when we discuss the series and parallel circuits, then very important topic will be there, that is your resonance. Very important for you. Okay, here you have series resonance, here you have parallel resonance. Okay, so all the graph of series and parallel resonance you should know very in depth. Okay, because just don't remember graph like this, just analyze the thing that okay, that the current is increasing, that's why the impedance is higher. Okay, so like that you should analyze the things. This is very important. Okay, so resonance will be there, all the formula for resonance you should remember for series and parallel circuits. Okay, and the theory part will be there, so just make sure you will cover that also. Okay, next thing, this is your fifth subject, which is very important for you, that is your digital and microprocessor. Okay, now see, after this video, okay, the sequence of subjects whatever we are discussing, just follow that. Okay, so first start your preparation with from control system. Obviously you are preparing for very long time. Okay, so whatever points or topic you have left now, okay, that we discuss, you can do that, but just follow the sequence, because this is the sequence from high weightage chapter from low weightage chapters. Okay, so we are going like this, so just make sure, okay, to follow the sequence. So fifth subject for you, which is very important, that is your digital and microprocessor. Okay, now see, this microprocessor subject is very lengthy, you know. Okay, so just do the theory part for this. Okay, the GATE syllabus you can do theory part for GATE syllabus, because see, from this you cannot judge what questions they may ask. Okay, there are infinite questions they can frame from this microprocessor, infinite. Okay, so for that just properly revise the theory, okay, or do the theory which is in your GATE syllabus for microprocessor. Okay, this thing you should do. Next is your digital electronics. So first basic part, is your number system. Okay, number system is there, number theory. So for that you should know all the binary, hex, your octal, your decimal, all these things you should know. You should know conversions with among them. Okay, that is binary to hexadecimal, hexadecimal to binary, octal to binary, octal to decimal. Okay, all the conversions you should know. Then you have here logic gates. Logic gates you should know. Okay, then you have here suppose your K-map. Okay, K-map will be there. So these are the basic things you should know. In K-map also you have that topic, that your implicant, prime implicant and EPI. That is your I guess essential prime implicant. Yes, essential. Okay, so this thing do properly. Okay, because one question will be there. There are high chances they may ask you the question from this. Okay, so just do this. So this is the basic part you should know properly for your detail. Second thing is your combination circuit. In combination now, very important point is your mux and demux, your encoder and your decoder. So this thing very important for you. Okay. Also you should know what is the combination circuits. Okay. So prepare the theory also for this, and that's enough for this. Okay. There is no much for this part. So now we will move further. That is your sequential circuits. So first thing in sequential is your latch and flip-flops. Okay, all the flip-flops you should know. Your SR flip-flop, JK flip-flop, all the things you should know. All the truth table, your excitation table you should know. Okay. Second is your counters. You should know the counter. Now in this also you have synchronous counter and asynchronous counters. So you should know this also. Asynchronous. Okay. Your registers will be there. Shift registers. So all the formula for shift register you should know. Okay. That is your, suppose for series register, I guess the time required is 2 raised to n minus 1. Okay. Just make sure I didn't recall this. So like that all the formulas are there. Okay. For parallel register it is fast. For parallel to series register, for series to parallel, I guess it is very fast. Okay. So this type of theory also you should do. Okay. Then in counter also you have ripple counter, you have Johnson counter, all the types are there. That is your, yes, synchronous counter will be there, and in that also you have ripple counter, you have Johnson counter. Okay. So just do these things, and the frequency. Okay, the frequency divider, that is for ripple counter. You should what is the thing? You should divide the frequency, incoming frequency, with the 2 raised to n, I guess. I guess here mod number will be there. Okay, just confirm this. So this thing also there. So just do these basic things. Okay, from the sequential circuits, and this is enough. Then you have your ADC and DAC and memories. Okay. So for the ADC and DAC, what you should do? Just first basic definition, that is your output is equals to your resolution or K into input. So this thing you should know. Okay. And for your digital input, 2 raised to n, that formula will be there. Okay, right? Like this, summation of 2 raised to n will be there, and your reference voltage like this you have something. Okay. So this thing you should know basic. Then your types of ADC and DAC. Okay. That is for ADC, you know there are types, your flash converter, flash ADC, your successive approximation, and for that converger time formula you should do. Okay. Then which ADC is not depend on your input magnitude, this thing you should know. So all the theory questions like that. In DAC also, now see, in DAC there will be there is part like binary weighted and your R2R radar. Okay. So in DAC you have this part. So do one thing, as you know this is the lengthier part. Okay, to analyze the things it may take some time. Okay. So what you should do, just analyze by yourself in, okay, and in short notes just write the output formula. After analysis, what the result you are getting for your output, your R equivalent. Okay, equivalent resistor, because to calculate the R equivalent for R2R is very easy. Okay, for binary obviously each resistor have each different value. Okay, so we can find much faster, because in exam you have very less time, and this thing require little time. Okay, so just do this thing, properly analyze and write down all the results in your short notes. Okay. Second thing is your memories. Okay, so here you have RAM, ROM. Just write, just do the theory part from this. Okay, also you have a very important part, that is your PLA and your PROM. Okay, the relation between this, that is PAL having your programmable AND gate, programmable OR gate, like that. Okay, this is a basic and famous question they may ask you, and just write the basic theory from this, just read that. Okay, that will be the enough for this digital and microprocessor. So next is your analog circuits, okay, which is your sixth subject. Now in this we have first diode circuits. Okay, so basic rectifier circuit, you know that you have to do, basic diode analysis you have to do. Okay, this thing is enough. Now this is, see, analog circuits is least important for you. Okay, but still for safe side we will do. So just see some diode examples. Okay, clipper clamper is there, so this thing you should know, clipper and clamper. So this thing you can do. Next is your op-amp. Okay, so very important for you. So from op-amp, virtual ground concept, always one question will be there. Okay, so this is very important concept, you should know. Then next is your inverting amplifier and non-inverting amplifier. So analysis of this. Okay, that is your find output voltage from inverting amplifier, non-inverting, and your feedback, that is your positive feedback and your negative feedback. Okay, so this thing you should do properly. Okay, and the circuits of op-amp. Okay, there are some circuits of op-amp you can do also, that is your log amplifier. Okay, and anti-log amplifier, then your adder, summer, subtractor, like that. Okay, instrument, that your instrumentation amplifier you can do. Okay, now next is your BJT analysis. Now see, in this BJT analysis you have to do, first you have to check whether your BJT is in active region, saturation region, or cutoff region. Okay, you should know how to identify this. There is one relation that IB should be less than equal to IC by beta. Okay, just I guess this is greater, so just confirm this. Okay, so one equation will be there, so this thing you should know. Second thing for you is just analysis for from BJT. Okay, so you know we apply input KVL and we apply output KVL, then we can find the value of VC and all the things, that is your RC. Okay, whatever we want we can find. Okay, so this thing is there. Second thing from this, the value of VB is 0.7 for saturation, sorry, for active region. So for saturation, what is the value of VB and VCE? So these values you should remember. Okay, they may ask you this question also. Transistor is in active region, so what value of VB you will choose? Okay, so like that the question will be there. Second is your MMV and oscillator, that is your multiwave operators. So astable, bistable and monostable, the theory part of this. Okay, complete this theory part, this is very important. So all the theory you should know regarding this astable, bistable, monostable. Okay, analysis of this is not required for you, just theory part you should know. Next is your oscillators. Okay, so here you have, you know, here you have your RF oscillators and your AF oscillator, that's the audio frequency and radio frequency oscillators. Okay, in RF also you have your LC oscillator, that is your, you can say your Hartley, Colpit, your Clap oscillator is there. Okay, so this thing you should know. So just read a little theory about this, the formula for this, that is, you know, for Hartley inductor is there, frequency of oscillation formula. For your this Colpit there are capacitors, right? And Clap, for Clap also we replace inductor with capacitor, this thing you should know. Okay, next is your, for oscillation, the basic criteria, that is your Markov criteria you should know, that is your gain should be greater than 1. Okay, and your phase shift should be 0 degree or 360. So just read the theory regarding this also. Okay. Next is your power amplifier. It is also least important, but just take a look on the formula for harmonics. Okay, that is important. Then your class A, your class B, AB and C and D. Okay, so theory regarding this you should read. Okay, this is very important theory, so just read the theory regarding this. And this is your analog circuits. Next is your EMT, that is your electromagnetics. So for electromagnetics, first what we will do, first we will see transmission line. Okay, in that all the formulas you should that the question asked in gate. Okay, so just do that formula. That is enough, because it is not very important for your exam, but still they may ask you 1 to 2 questions from this. So just transmit line all the formulas. Okay, and next is your suppose there is a characteristic impedance formula. Okay, you know characteristic impedance formula, that is your Zn into ZL. This thing you should know. Now if they may ask you theory question like, if you increase the Zn, then what will happen to your characteristic impedance? Okay, so this thing you should know. Okay, next is your waveguide. Same for waveguide also. You have frequency formulas for rectangular waveguide. Okay, and you have your velocity formula. Velocity formula is there. So this thing you should know. So just make sure you will see all the things, and also TE and TM modes of waveguide. Okay, so the theory regarding this also you should know. So just read this theory. Next is your EM waves, which is very important. That when your wave transmit from your denser medium to a rarer medium, what happens to wave, what happens to your frequency, what happens to your velocity. Okay, this thing you should know. So just make this part very clear, because this is important part for your exam. Okay. Okay. This is very less important, but still for safe side, what you will do, just have a look on formula for your Cartesian, cylindrical, spherical coordinate systems. Okay, then your divergence and curl. Okay, divergence and curl for all the systems. Spherical system means your coordinate systems. So just divergence, curl. Okay, then if divergence is 0, if curl is 0, then what is called? These are the basic questions that you may see in all the exams till now. Okay, so just do that. That's enough for this. Okay, that's enough for EMT. Next is your EDC. Now in this, what you have to do, see, EDC is very interesting subject. Okay, so there are chances they may ask you theoretical questions from this EDC. Okay, so just read the theory part of semiconductor PN junction. Obviously you will see the formula also, but focus more on your theory part. Okay, because for EDC there is a vast theory, and you should have everything knowledge. Okay, why there will be diffusion, why we use drift, all the things you should know. Okay, in drift also your forward current is greater or reverse current is greater, all the basic little things you should know. Next is your BJT. Now see, in analog circuits we perform the analysis of BJT. Now here you will read the theory part. Okay, that the carrier concentration like this in BJT for PNP. Okay, this thing you should know. And the little theory part for BJT you should do. Okay, that is diffusion in the, if your BJT in active region, then your carrier profile is like this. Okay, this thing you should know. This thing you can do. Next is your MOSFET. Okay, which is optional for you. Now see, you will start from control system till this. Okay, and if suppose you may get less time, as your exam date will be, they will announce. Okay, suppose they announce your exam date and you have less time, so skip this, just skip this. Okay, and for safer side, for MOSFET, just read about active, saturation, linear, and triode region, and deep triode region also there. Okay, so read about this thing. Second thing, just remember the formula of current, that is your saturation current. Okay, your gate current ID, drain current. Okay, so ID, formula for saturation and linear region you should know this thing, and just your GM formula and your RD, that is your drain resistance formula. So this thing, just remember this thing. Okay, and information regarding all the regions when MOSFET goes to, that is your if your VGS is greater than VT, then what happens? If your VDS is greater than VGS minus VT, then what happens? If it is less than, okay, this from this theory question will be there. If they ask from MOSFET. So this is optional. If you have time, then you can read it. If you don't have time, then obviously you can skip. There is no problem. Okay. Next is your communication. In communication, first thing, amplitude modulation, phase modulation, and frequency modulation basics. Okay, means first all the three. Okay, there are standard equation for all the three. So that equation you should remember. That is for AM. You have your AC 1 plus mu cos or mu m of t, you can say, and cos omega ct, like this. Okay, so similarly for PM and FM, and for PM and FM there are many things. Okay, that is your frequency deviation will be there, your carrier swing will be there. So just make sure you will you read the definition for all. Okay, just read the definition of all the things. That your modulation index you should know, your beta, that is your modulation, that is your this deviation ratio you should know. Okay, definition and the relation among them. You should know bandwidth for FM and PM, that is your 1 plus beta FM, like this. Okay, so from this also they will ask, if beta, that is more deviation ratio increase, then what will the effect of bandwidth is increase. So like that there will be questions. Okay, theory questions from formula also. So just read the basic. In amplitude modulation, you know, there is your SSB SC, that is your single sideband. Your DSB is there, DSB SC is there, your DSB FC is there, which is also called AM. Okay, so read the theory regarding that, read the standard formula, standard equation regarding that. Okay, all things you should run. Next is your data communication basics. Okay, in this just read the theory for PCM. Okay, next your DPCM. What are the problem in PCM? That's why we are using DPCM. So this thing you should know. Next, DM is there, delta modulation, and ADM is there, that is adaptive delta modulation. Okay, so you know step size is fixed in this and step size is variable in this. In DM we have two distortion, that is your slope overload and your granular. So this two distortion we have. Okay, and for that formula also there, that is for slope over distortion. Formula is like this only. I can't remember perfectly, but see, derivative of m of t should be greater than, I guess, delta upon fs, or delta into delta upon ts. Yes. Okay, so formula will be there. So that from this formula also they will ask the questions. Okay, so you should do properly. This is enough for data communication. Okay, don't go for probability of error and all these things. That are the advanced things, and you don't require for this exam, right? Okay, next subject is your material science. So for material science, okay, if you manage to get IS notes, okay, of any institute which are available on net, I guess, so it will be beneficial for you. Okay, from that notes only just refer this topic. So first topic is your electrical and magnetic properties of material. Okay, for different type of material, electrical and magnetic properties are there. So this thing you should do. Second thing in material science, you have photoelectric effect. Okay, so the theory part, then problems based on this photoelectric effect you can do. Okay, second thing is here you have, I guess, yes, that's enough. Okay, that's enough for material science. So next subject we have power electronics. In power electronics also you have first diode rectifier. Okay, the rectifiers we check in this, that is your half wave rectifier, full wave rectifier. Okay, then also there are some rectifiers also that we saw in analog, so you can cover here also. Second thing is here, that is your converter and inverter. Okay, so basically inverter, AC to DC inverters, what are the names? DC to AC inverter, what are the names? Here you can do cycloconverters. So these are the basic topics, just theory part. Okay, just theory part. You don't require the, because numerical is little lengthier here. Okay, so just theory part you need. Second thing is thyristor. Okay, now this is very important and famous topic. So from this you can do SCR, you can do your diac and triac. First read the theory regarding that. Okay, and you can do GTO and all the other things. Now see, one exam was there. Okay, I guess in Feb they just asked the symbol for GTO for 1 mark. So similar question you can expect in Vizag also. Okay, so whatever the thyristor family is there, just remember all the symbols of this. Okay, all the symbols you should know of all the things. Okay, that is SCR. Now SCR symbol is there, SSC is also there, SSC, SCR is like that also. Okay, so all the symbols you should know, all the theory part you should know. For SCR, the two terms very important for you, that is your holding current and latching current. Okay, so for turn on process, which current will use? For turn off process, which current is used? What is the relation among them? That is the holding current and latching current. This all the basic things you should know, which are the very important for your exam. Okay, these are the theory points. And you also know the characteristics of LCR, like this is like this. Okay, this is like this, the characteristic like this. So the theory points from this characteristics also they may ask you. Okay, so this is all about our discussion for the subjects. Okay, and the topics regarding the subject. which are very important. If you want, you can again rewatch the video and just make sure you write down all the little things that I told you. Okay, so obviously this video is little longer, but it is very important for you, that's why. Okay, so now you have focus preparation. You can do your focus preparation regarding Vizag Steel. Okay, there will be no distraction, all the things in the preparation receipt also, and in this video we discuss. Okay, all the links I will drop into the description, so those who does not watch the preparation receipt video, they can watch now. Okay, then prioritize your revision is very important thing. Daily you should devote 1 to 2 hours for your short notes. Okay, this is very important. Next, solve quality questions. See, whatever the material I told you, okay, I suggested you, that is enough. You don't require any test series or that with irrelevant question, you don't require. Okay, now see what test series do. Suppose I take example of this rise time. Okay, so you know the rise time relation of 0.35 and bandwidth. So in what test series do, they just ask you the one question: if you increase the bandwidth, for example, okay, if you increase the bandwidth, what will be effect on rise time? Second question will like, if you increase the rise time, then what will be the effect on bandwidth? So like that, these questions will be there always. Okay, so don't focus on that. Whatever I told you in preparation receipt, just follow that. Just solve the question from that only. That is enough for you. Okay, that is enough. Next, the important question that many students ask after preparation receipt, that what we do for current affair, GK and GS. Okay, now see on Telegram channel. Okay, that on the Telegram channel from July month itself, I started the current affair. That is the most filter out current affair, and means the chances of that current affair is high in your exam. Okay, so just refer that, and the current affair which is prior to July. Okay, for that you can refer some magazine also. You will get some PDF, so you can refer to some magazine. And from July onwards, so compulsory check our Telegram current affair. Okay, that is very important for you, and that is filtered out. And also mind train session. Okay, that we will resume again. So total now 10 videos will be there. Just watch from 10, 9, 8. Okay, in this sequence, just watch from that. So from that video, GK, GS and current affair you can do. Okay, so there will be no issue. So with this, then we will end the session of today's sessions. Okay, if you have any comment, just first please like the video, because it will take much more hard work. Okay, so please like the video, and then if you have any comment regarding the topics, regarding anything, just comment down. Okay, I will try your comment in your part 2, because part 2 will be there, because all this discussion, okay, is of the Vizag Steel only. Now you will go to the exam of Vizag, you will give that exam. Okay, just come back home, don't discuss any irrelevant question that what will the cutoff and all this thing. Okay, just relax for the day, and the next day we will start with NLC. And for the NLC, what should be our strategy and what are the important topics, we will discuss in your part 2. Okay, so one more important thing is that in start, what I told you, that your confidence and your chances will be high. Why? See, after giving Vizag exam, okay, you can analyze by yourself that some topics, okay, some topics are there which you are not comfortable, that you cannot solve question in your exam hall. So for NLC you can improve that topic, because already you prepared, right? You see, 70% your preparation is done for Vizag, which will be same for NLC, but 30% we have to do extra hard work for NLC. Okay, so the weakness, you can identify weakness from this Vizag and you can improve in NLC. Similarly, it will happen also in NLC, and you can improve in your summit. So that's why I told that this is the golden opportunity for you. Okay, just be focused and just make sure you will do all the things which I recommended to you. Okay, because this is enough, because this plan, this roadmap is very, means you can say it's very effective. Okay, so just subscribe to the channel, and if you are any query, then you can message me. I will just add this your query in the part 2. Okay, all the best.